Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Dr. Lynda Cramer, and today I want to tell you about one of my special gifts that I do, and that is that I'm able to see injuries in other people. So today I'm going to tell you 4 stories that are all true, and the reason why I'm backing up these 4 stories is because they all have medical proof. Doctors' reports, x-rays, scans, operations, etc. that prove that what I said was true. So let's get into this. The first story is about a man who came to my house and he just wanted a simple reading. But as we spoke, a lady popped in behind him. And I looked at this woman because I thought she was in spirit. And I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I'm his mother." So I looked at this man and I said, "Is your mum still alive?" And he said, "Yeah, she lives about 20 miles from here." So I said, "Well, this is really weird because she's just popped in." And as I looked back at her, I got this overwhelming feeling of imbalance, and I started to shake, and oh my gosh, I nearly fell over. And this man looked at me and he said, "Oh my God, my mum's been doing that all week." And I said, "Honey, you've got to get her straight to a hospital because I think she's telling me she's about to have a stroke." He didn't believe me. He got my number, obviously, because he knew that my address, etc. And he went home. 4 days later, this man rang me up. And he said, "Lynda, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't believe what you said. But the very next day, I rang my mum to see how she was, and she was starting to slur her voice. I couldn't make out what she was saying. So I thought I'd better take her straight to the hospital." When they got over to the hospital said, "Emergency surgery now," because she had an aneurysm on her brain. When the son, the man who had been at my house, when he spoke to the doctor said if he hadn't got her to the hospital in the next 3 days, she would have died of a stroke. So he rang me. This is how I know the story. He said, "I don't know how you do what you do, but thank you so much because you saved my mum's life." I'm humbled and I'm grateful that he let me know that I got accurate information. So the second story was a man who came to my house for a reading because I used to do readings at my house. This man turned up a little bit on the arrogant side. I'll admit to this. He actually said, "I'm a skeptic. I want proof that this is real." Was the universe about to give him that? So we spoke for about an hour and a half, and as he was leaving, he mentioned his car. And as soon as he mentioned his car, I got this TV screen pops up with this information overload. So I pulled this man back into my house and I said, "Honey, I've got to tell you what I just got. I'm seeing extremely gruesome injuries. The left arm is virtually amputated from the mid bicep because the elbow is just hanging on." I said the wrist is absolutely destroyed and it's just hanging on by tendons. I said hip and left knee is also extremely broken. I said the foot is just hanging on by tendons. I said, "You've got to be extremely careful for at least the next week because this is a very graphic visual that I'm getting of what I see is coming for you." So he went home, shrugged it off. Don't believe you. And again, about 3 days later, he rang me up and he said, "You fabricate, you lie. I don't trust you." And I said, "Why are you so angry?" And he said, "You lied. It wasn't you. It wasn't me. It was my mum." And I said, "Honey, what do you mean?" He said his mum had just been in an accident. She was the passenger in a car. Here in Australia, the drivers are on the right-hand side. So she was the passenger, so her left arm was against the door. A man ran through a red light and hit the passenger door. He said, just like you said, her arm is about to be amputated because the elbow and the wrist are just hanging on by tendons. He said she's got a broken hip and the knee is so destroyed they're going to amputate the knee from the knee down. And the ankle, I said, what's her ankle like? And he said, well, who cares? But it's totally destroyed as well. This man was so angry, so distraught. I offered him, where is your mum? I'd love to go and help her. And he said, "You're not seeing my mother." And he never rang me back again. So why was it his mother when I saw the injuries on him? Because as people know who've had readings from me, I work through connections. Strong relationships cause a connection. So this man, guess who he lived with? His mum. So that's why I was seeing her injuries coming through on him. The first man that I just told about, he didn't live with his mum. So I saw her come and she told me about her injuries. So that's just to clarify those two. So the next story, my third one, a lady came to my house, young, gorgeous, beautiful girl. Absolutely, mid-20s, stunning. She came in for a reading and she's a little bit out there, very, what would I call it? Flamboyant personality. So I'll never forget this girl that came to my house. I was in my late 40s when she came to my house and she's in her mid-20s. So it was a bit of it was me saying, oh, I want to be back to that age where I'm just so crazy like she is. So again, she said, what do you see for me? And then I saw it. I said, honey, you must be very careful because in your, again, left elbow, I said, I can see that you've got pins in your arm. Whether you break your arm, there's pins in there. And she said, how many pins? And I said, I'm seeing 3 pins in your arm. So she left. I didn't see her for 1.5 years. But then she came back. She just pulled up one day on a motorbike. She knocked on my door and she said, oh, Lynda, I really needed to just confirm with you what you said. And I said, what happened? She said, funny thing. About a week after I had my reading with you, I came off my motorbike. And guess what? She took off her jacket. She pulled her arm up. She had a sleeve on. And she said, I broke my arm. And look, they put in 3 metal rods in my arm. She said, I just wanted to tell you that you were telling me the truth. Wow. How gorgeous was that? She went out of her way to come back and tell me I got it accurate. So now we go to my 4th story. It is one that I do talk about quite often. So again, medically proven, where this person was in hospital, like the other 3. It was a lady who came to my address and she said, I want you to see inside of me because I've got endometritis, or however you pronounce it. She said, I want you to have a look inside because they're saying I've got 8 tumors in my uterus that they're going to, she told me that they were going to operate, take them out in about 2 weeks. So as I'm looking in her tummy, I can see 9. There was a big one and there's a little one just tucked around the back because I see in 3-dimensional and I see inside people. So where the heart is, I can see around the heart. I actually can see the heart beating. So I can tell people what their heart rate is. Cholesterol talks to me. Intestines talk to me. Blood talks to me. All the major organs tell me what they're doing. It's really weird what I go through. So anyway, I'm looking inside this woman and I said, you've got nine tumours. Make sure you tell the surgeon to get the one behind the big one. So it would have been weeks later, absolute weeks and weeks later, that this woman rang me up. Actually, she came over to my house as well. Yeah, she did. She came to my house as well. And guess what happened? She said, Lynda, I had my operation. I told the surgeon there was 9 in there. And I said, how did that go with your surgeon? She said, I told him I went and saw a psychic and he told and the psychic said that there was 9 and not 8. So I'm glad she was open with the surgeon because a lot of people aren't, right? So anyway, in surgery, the surgeon, gets out the big one, goes digging, and guess what he found? The little one tucked in the back. So there were in fact 9 tumours there. Wow. So she was so grateful that I helped her out as well. So guys, that's 4 stories of what I do. You know, I don't know why me. Why me? Don't know why me. But I see inside people and I can see injuries. I don't know what it's called because if I research medical intuitive, those people don't actually see inside the person. They're like sensitive who just sense what's going on. So I don't know what it is I do. If you do know what I do, please comment below. I'd love to know what you think. Okay? Yeah. So I just thought I'd share something else that I do to give you guys some sort of hope that with all this weirdness going on now, that we can get through this. Okay? I love yous all. Take care of you. And most importantly, stay in that love vibration because that's where we heal. Thank you so much for watching. Talk soon. Bye.